everyone, and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am, of course, your host, Aaron, and today we're going to talk about some things that I like and some things that I dislike about my day today at Planet Fitness. So let's get rolling a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. Now, if you didn't know already, I am an avid gym goer. I like to go after work. I like to go on my days off. If I can make it my schedule, I would make sure that I would be able to go every single morning before work. Because after work, I'm quite tired, and I want to get home, and I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm like, grrr. But anyway, I make it to the gym mostly every day if I can. Sometimes I take off on a Saturday if it's a raid night, because Friday I go to see the parents sometimes, and I'll hit the gym before I go and see them and shower up there. So, today is one of those off days, and I went to a different Planet Fitness that I normally don't go to. Now, I don't hate this Planet Fitness, and I'll tell you straight up, it is the one in South Philly. Now, the one in South Philly is huge compared to other Planet Fitnesses that I go to. It's a lot bigger than the one I go in Roxborough or Manayunk and shit like that. This place is big. It has plenty of machines, except when most of them aren't working. Now, today was a very surprising thing. As I'm on one of the abdominal machines, the other machine was broken. It clearly had a sign that said it was out of order. But you know what happened? Some dude walked right over and started using the machine. And I was blown away. What happened if this guy went on this broken machine, did a little turny turn, and got really legitimately hurt? That would have been on him, right? The sign's clearly on the bench that you're looking at when you're going on it. So that was one thing that was very screwy today. And another thing that was nuts, I don't use the, the racks, the weight racks and shit like that. I use the free weights and shit. Because I'm a free weight guy. That's how I was trained to do it. That's what my buddy Tony at work wrote in his diagram from 5-6 years ago. That is what it's probably like 7 or 8 years ago, but that's what I follow. I follow Tony regardless. So anyway, as I'm going into the gym, nice, beautiful weather outside. I drank my pre-workout. And I'm looking for some weights. I'm not looking really around at everybody. Eyes are set. Where's the weights? There are no weights available, except like the 55s and up. And I ain't going for no 55 and ups. Ain't my time. I'll tell you when it's my time. Not now. So I look around and there's no benches available for me to, put my shit down, do my little arm johnnies. I think it was whatever the fuck these were called today. I did them. Some of these. Yeah, some of these. Yeah. Yup, I did some of these too, guys. Yep, And you know what? I did a little bit of these. That's right, I did a little bit of these. Make a long story short, I look on the ground and there's this dude who's lifting one of the barbell johns, like this. Like they have the separate barbells, not the ones with the machines. And on the ground, he has at least 5. Count them, 5 sets of weights on the ground. He took 5 sets of weight. You greedy motherfucker. Now look, I know you're probably saying to me, listen, Aaron, what's the problem? It's a gym. He's paying to be here. He's paying to use the equipment. But isn't there something called a gym etiquette? Now, I believe the gym etiquette is also when someone is filming or doing something, they don't get in the way. Or gym etiquette is when you're in front of a mirror, some dude doesn't just bounce right in front of you and just start working out in front of you. A lot of people have no gym etiquette. The wiping down in the machines, they don't do it. Do they reset the bench so it's not like at the lowest level or the weights? No. People are very inconsiderate, and that's what I'm saying. He was very inconsiderate using a bunch of weights. Now, did it stop me from working out? Nah, no it did not. I used a different set of weights. They were available. There were 25, so I used the 25s and I was fine. But I know how long I normally work out, and me, personally, if I'm taking a bunch of weights, I'm maybe taking 2. Like, I'll take like a 25 and maybe like a 30. Or I'll try to switch it up. Whatever I know I can do the most weight and then comfortably do weight. So this guy must have been there for about 45 minutes because, I'm usually there for about 45 minutes because I'm playing my Dragon Ball Z Dokkan game in between. But I do quick sets. I'm not like a 2-3 minute waiter. I'm like a 30-second wait, and then I'm back into the exercise routine. So as I'm leaving, he's getting ready to put all his shit away. And I don't know why nobody would go and say, excuse me, 2 to 3 weight sets is your limit. But that's not what happened, and that was just a day I had. Now we're gonna get to the meat of my problem with the gym, mostly at the South Philly location. The treadmills. I like the treadmill, some people like the elliptical, some people like the stepper. Any way you get in your cardio, I say go and do it. It's probably one of the most important things you can do at the gym. Not only is it like burning your calories and just kind of like making that calorie deficit if you're not going home like me and eating like a big fat pig when you get back, it helps out a lot. Trust me, I know it does. Everyone that I've been like 1 or 2 spaces between on the treadmill are screaming at the top of their lungs on the phone to somebody, having full conversations like no one's standing right next to them. And they're talking about some pretty raunchy, crazy shit. And today, about 4 people went up to this one lady on the treadmill and were giving her high fives and hugs and being like, I haven't seen you in X amount of years and I can't believe you're here and you're doing this, that, and this. And I'm like, yo, I can hear you through my headphones. You're that loud where I can hear you through my headphones, which are supposed to be noise canceling headphones. So it's either my noise canceling headphones are noise canceling or you are extremely loud. And look, I am a jackass, and I am an asshole sometimes when I'm at the gym, when I'm on the treadmill, and I'll be like, yo, can you shut the fuck up? Like, damn, you loud as shit. And it's like, don't even register with them. Like, they don't even know that I'm saying this stuff. But that's the kind of shit that just bothers me at the gym. Everything else is fine, When I go after the gym, the one in, I think, whatever, Conshohocken, the one I usually visit, there's always the grunter there that's, that no one ever says anything to. There's the one person who never wipes the goddamn fucking machine off, and I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? And then you got the people who walk around who I don't think in their heads they realize that they're gonna smell like shit, don't come to the gym with powder on their balls or some deodorant or some shit like that. Now, yeah, I know I'm generally going at the men because the women probably do come proper, but I don't understand where the gym etiquette came and what is going on in general. Maybe it's because I'm going to Planet Fitness. Maybe it's time that I step up a notch and maybe go to LA Fitness or something like that. But you know what I always say to myself? I am not at that level. I am not at LA Fitness level or whatever ones they have, Retro Fitness. Is that any good? And what's the other one one of my friend Cherry goes to? I don't remember. But the point of the matter is, gym etiquette must be reestablished in any gym at all. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't like the fact that Planet Fitness lets everyone in high school from like 12 to 19 in. They're taking up the machines. They're really rude. They're not nice. They're not wiping down. They're not re-racking. That is garbage. I'm paying for your services, and I'm getting treated like shit. But you know what? That's the end of my rant, and we'll talk about something next time. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me at 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time with more stuff, more things, and of course, more me. I gotta go tend to my shrimp dinner for tonight. I'll see y'all later. Bye.